And joining me tonight are Dani Babb, founder of the Babb Group, and Rebecca Diamond, co-host of Happy Hour on the Fox Business Network. I don't know if it's happy hour in the lives of most Americans looking at their 401ks tonight. Rebecca, the president, doom, gloom, malaise, catastrophe. He used the word crisis 26 times in one speech 2 days ago.
Well, it is a crisis. I mean, we haven't been in this situation. I mean, this bad. We've been in other recessions, but not this bad since back to the 1930s. Right, so you can put it into perspective. People are hurting out there. You know, it personally included. The value of my home has gone down tremendously, and I put 30% down. Now I'm worried that I'm going to lose that equity because, as you say, all those irresponsible people out there aren't paying their mortgages. So I'm suffering along with everybody else if nothing is done.
If nothing is done, but now this is the biggest spending bill in the history of the country. Dan, look, here's my problem with all of this is that, and even Bill Clinton, when have I ever quoted Bill Clinton? Never.
See,
even he is saying, you got to stop. He used fear to get elected. He used fear to pass this monstrosity, and he's using fear even still, some say, because he wants stimulus too.
94% of the people in this country are still paying their mortgage on time. So we are spending all of this money, effort, time, energy to help the 6% who signed papers that they easily could have just read, in my opinion. Those who are not paying those who are paying their mortgages are helping pay for those who are not. Biden's economic advisor said just a couple of days ago that the government will help share the pain. The government are the taxpayers. That's people. We ask students to put up more collateral when they get a student loan, all of their assets, and we are asking people for these modifications.
But you know what's amazing about this, and you're not going to like this, Rebecca. I'm pretty confident here. Wait a minute.
Come on, give me a chance.
All right, so May 6th, that's the day that it pretty much is certain to the country that Barack Obama is going to be the Democratic nominee, has a very good chance of being president. You know what? We passed TARP 1 out of fear. We passed stimulus out of fear. He gets elected out of fear. And he's still using the fear tactics here. And Joe Biden says there's a 30% chance we fail here. At what point do we look at Obama's plan is not being accepted by Wall Street? They don't have confidence in him.
Back up a little bit. All of this started under a Republican administration. So you can blame both the Democrats and the Republicans for starting this bailout of irresponsibility. We've bailed out the banks to the tune of $300 billion. So you're talking about giving $75 billion to distressed homeowners. That pales into comparison. So first, let's put that, first of all, into perspective. Presidents have always used fear to get elected or to get their programs passed. You had President Reagan, one of all of our favorite presidents, I know probably your favorite, where he used fear of the communist regime to pass his program to stimulate the Defense Department.
He ended the Cold War, and he was the most optimistic president we've ever had.
But he got elected by saying the Cold War, and he was right. So sometimes presidents are right.
And this is not going to cost $75 billion. This is going to ultimately cost more than $75 billion. I'll tell you why. Because part of this plan is that the government is going to pay the difference between if you had a 45% debt-to-income ratio, what your mortgage was, and now it's going to be 31%, the government's going to split that with the bank. There is no way in heck this is only going to cost $75 billion.
Because Rebecca is absolutely against me here. Why is Wall Street reacting so negatively to the Messiah, the anointed one?
Hey, I'm the Wall Street expert. She's the housing expert.
Go
ahead, Dani. Give it a shot.
Why is Wall Street? If they were so confident, though, Rebecca, in this bill, they wouldn't be, lashing out on the floor of the stock exchange, and they wouldn't be reacting as negatively with stock prices.
I think it's a matter of government debt. We're going so far in debt. How long this is going to take to repay the deficit, the percentage of GDP that's going to these bills. That's what I think Wall Street's reacting to. She is a Wall Street expert, but that's my opinion.
But you know what's scary to me?
Can I answer that question?
No.
Can I give you my version? No, seriously. You know why Wall Street is in particular? Because the shareholders of Citigroup and Bank of America will be wiped out in a nationalization. So for that select group of shareholders, which could include a lot of average Americans in their 401ks, they will lose all the money in those stocks.
You know why I think they're reacting?
For the broader economy, some people, including Republican Senator Kay Bailey Hutchinson and Republican Senator Lindsey Graham, are saying nationalization may be the solution.
Well, Krista is saying that today. The White House backed off that initial rumor, and the markets rallied a little bit as soon as they kind of rallied a little bit here. But I'm going to tell you, if we're going to get to the root cause of this, it is government redistribution that caused this. The idea that with the Community Reinvestment Act,
and $300 billion to Wall Street, I agree.
That
And then everyone had to be able to afford a house. That was a requirement. Banks had to make every single home. I have friends that work at all banks across the nation. They were required
What about the redistribution of mortgage-backed securities so investors could make a lot of money? That's why these loans were just shoved through.
You know what? Here, people are sick and tired. They're going to be bailing out the mortgages of people. There was the 94% that you talk of. They pay their mortgages.
Sean, I'm sick and tired of irresponsible behavior as well, but I'm looking at the bigger picture, not just my little self here.
But this bill was irresponsible.
50 to 70% of these people that we ultimately help are going to redefault, and that is out of our money.
That's right.
That's going to be
paying
twice,
3 times, 4 times.
Exactly.
And that equity you have in your home will be down the drain because we're not looking at the bigger picture.
But this bill does not address foreclosures, the bill does not address investors.
We'll continue this debate.
I've got work to do on Rebecca. I'm going to fix this. I am going to fix this.